Welcome to today's video. Hope everybody's well. Today we got a little unboxing here of some 164 diecast, as that's what I like to do on this channel. Also, I just wanted to have a quick look at my little project here for my list of vehicles. Don't mind the writing because I wasn't really planning to show this itself, but so there's 64 cars that I've had in my past. I think for a collection idea, one of the things I want to do is track down a die-cast car of each one of these. Maybe save for, there's a few motorcycles on here. I probably won't try and track down motorcycles, so we'll stick to the cars. So it'll be 60 or so castings that I need to find that'll resemble the cars that I've had in my past. Eventually, I'd like to actually find a lot of them in premium, or some of these regular mainline castings do wheel swaps eventually, so they have rubber tires, because I'd like to only have rubber tires in my collection eventually. So I'm going to keep looking for castings that are very similar to the ones I have, and when I find even closer castings, what I'll do is I'll just swap them out and I'll take the main lines back out or whatever they are. And if I can't, eventually maybe I'll try and just do some painting or color matching, just to get a closer resemblance. But that's for much later down the road. Just as I go about my day-to-days, I'll just, if I see a car that resembles something or that's on my list, or a close to, like these 73 to 87 square body trucks, they're very close. They look the same. So I had a 78 single cab 2-wheel drive before, but like this one, for instance, the 83 square body, it's similar. Of course, mine didn't look that nice, but mine was had a 454 in it. It was green, had that manual transmission with the super low gear in it, so it was slow as nails, being dragged down the road. But this is this is a close resemblance to it. So probably what I would do is I'll just add this one into my little collection I'm starting for that I'll be setting aside somewhere, and we'll just keep going with that. And probably what I'll do is I'll just, as I find them, I'll just check them off my list. Like a 78 C20, 87 C10. This one's an 87 C10, right? Again, short box. Mine was a long box, but similar casting, so I'll add that into my list. So I'll be checking that one off as well. And I'm just going to go through my little list as I go. So when I find them, I'll share them with you guys. Nothing big, and probably won't be super exciting, because a lot of this stuff on this list, it's just random stuff. 2018 Wrangler, 2004 F-150, 67 Cutlass, 88 Mustang. I mean, I do have, so was this 92? This 92 Fox body will probably be what resembles my 88 for now. I have this 84 SVO Fox body will probably resemble my 85 GT Cobra I had. These little Civics here will probably resemble, I had a 93 Civic Si. It was in blue though, so something like that will resemble that car. I had a was it 98? Yeah, 98 Civic. Mine was in green. It was a 2-door, similar to this. So something like that will probably resemble that. I had an 80 Camaro. Looked pretty much identical to this, minus the yellow. Anything yellow you see. It was even bronze in color and everything. I had an 06 Mustang GT. This one's an 07, so probably that will resemble that. An 86 square body, 86 Suburban. This one's actually an 86 Suburban. Mine was red and gray. This one's brown, two-tone. Brown and beige. I'll open that one in due time here. So just that gives an overview kind of what I'm working on. If I didn't, I definitely said it in other videos, but that's a little bit more in depth what I'll be doing. So I hope to at some point just really build that collection up and get it to start resembling the cars I used to have. I was never good at taking pictures, so even the cars I have today, I have like barely a handful of any pictures of them, because I just really don't take pictures very often of vehicles for whatever reason. So unfortunately, I've had this massive amount of cars in my life, but I never bothered to take pictures. So it's so I'm going to do it this way instead with my little Hot Wheels, and then eventually, like I said, I'd like to get them as close to the a similar paint color, so at least when I look at them I can remember the stories of each one, because each one really does carry a story. They were all beaters completely. I mean, maybe not today's cars, they're a little nicer that I have, but most of the rest were all beaters, so they all come with stories and they had quirks about them and whatnot, and I'm sure that some people would find some of those little tales interesting, but we won't dig too deep into those rabbit trails. But so anyway, to move on for today's opening here, I got a handful of Hot Wheels. I don't think I have any Matchbox. Maybe there's Matchbox, but I think it's all Hot Wheels today. So let's get started here. Starting off with a McLaren F1. I think I'll probably slowly add to the supercar collection. I wasn't going to originally, because I don't like all of them, but some of the castings, some of the different models of supercars I actually do like. I don't know anything about most of the supercars. Growing up as a kid, I liked the muscle cars, I liked the import tuners. Supercars always just seemed so far out of reach for me or anyone I knew, so I never got into them as much, but these days I'm starting to take a bit more of a liking to them. At least this one here, we got some tail lights going on, we got some headlight action, so that's pretty nice. That was decent of them to give a little detail. I don't know what year this car would be. I'm sure somebody can chime in if they want. McLaren, I think I got this McLaren the other day. I think possibly in the last video I just did. That one's a 2019 McLaren 720S Spider, for those who don't already know that. So there's start building my little McLaren collection. And speaking of muscle cars, so Dodge Dart 68. My dad had one of these. I wouldn't have been born yet when he had it, because he had a white one and he used to do a lot of light-to-light action with his, and apparently he was pretty quick with his car. I don't know the particulars of it. I wish I knew more, because that's the kind of stuff I'd be interested in, but he's passed away now, so those secrets went to the grave. So red. It's got a little scuff mark on the top. I don't think I can buff that one out because it's missing some paint, but I could always add a little dab of white paint to that, I suppose, if I really wanted to get carried away. Alright, and then I also have a white variation of that one, and I don't know which one come out first. I don't know which one's which, but at one point I saw one of them, the white. I don't know if I got the white one first or red one first, but then eventually I saw the other color, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to grab that one too, and then I will be able to open both at the same time. So here we are today. Alright, and this one, the stripes look a lot cleaner on it. Obviously just the opposite of the other casting. Original Ram Chargers. Goodyear Mopar, because I know my camera doesn't focus well enough to actually read this for some reason. It's probably because my fingers are in the way, though. I'm sure there's something to it when I'm doing wrong. But I'm a little bit of a new YouTuber, obviously, as you can all tell. So eventually I'll learn the little tips and stuff that make my videos a little better. Okay, got a 90 Acura NSX. So this one's gonna be a variation of that color. I don't know how many variations they would have had. I think there might have been a chase car that I saw on one of the YouTube videos that was black of this, I think. I've seen a lot of different cars on YouTube videos, so they start to blend after a bit, but this one also have the diffuser. Oh, okay, they do. Yeah, so I guess it would be the exact same casting. Fully clear roof on both of them, yellow. It's nice that I really appreciate when they put like tail lights and license plates and stuff, and I know a lot of people do, because I hear people mentioning that on their videos too. Just that little bit of extra detail sure goes a long ways for some people. I got a couple of trucks here. Open up a few trucks here, because I definitely like the trucks. I like big 4x4s and stuff. All my square bodies have been 2-wheel drives, but my next square body will be a 4x4. I just don't know when that is, if it'll be this year or next year or sometime soon, but I'm starting to get the itch for one, so probably be soon enough. And for mine, it'll end up being a manual transmission, because it's just what I prefer and stuff. My Mustang right now has got that 10R80 automatic 10-speed transmission, and it's good. That car's fast and it hits hard, but I miss my other Mustangs were all manual transmissions, and I do miss that. So I don't know what I can do about that, but I guess for now just enjoy the car, because it is still a pretty nice car. Just like this truck's pretty nice truck. If I saw this in real life, I'd definitely take a second look. It's too bad they don't have opening hood or something on here, but we'll add it to my truck collection. My jacked up trucks. I got 4 now. these are kind of jacked up, but these ones are like much higher. So we'll just keep adding those when I find them. This one here, 2020 Ram Rebel 1500. I don't think I had this one previously. Sometimes I end up buying duplicates, because it's hard to remember every single casting I have, especially if I don't open them and go over them and stuff. So I think this is the first time I'm going over this vehicle itself. Got the rescue sticker on the side. I don't know if that sits on top, I might be able to take that off with some acetone, because I don't know if I like the rescue portion of it, but the rest is a Rebel. The rest of it looks pretty decent. I won't be big on collecting rescue vehicles, emergency vehicles and stuff too much on this channel. I mean, depends on what type of a casting or vehicle it is. It might end up coming across the channel here, but we'll see. Okay, 95 Jeep Cherokee. I guess that'd be the XJ. I like these Cherokees. It's what I very first learned how to drive a manual transmission on way back when, in 1990. My grandfather, when we were going out to his cottage, pulled over one day and said, "Okay, time for you to learn to drive standard." So I hopped in, and the way I went, I was very observant when I was young when it came to driving and stuff, so I picked it up extremely fast. So my grandfather was definitely proud of me of that at the time. But that was on a grandpa version of this. It was a 90 XJ fully stock, nothing done to it, 5-speed manual, 4x4. But so I'll probably always be partial to those when I see them. Most of the ones I see these days are rusted out and up here in Canada, but so I got a little mud on the tires and stuff, kind of give it that look that it's out getting dirty, kind of like the Tacoma. Never had any of these Tacomas before. I had a 87, I think it was an 87 4Runner, that 22 RE engine in it, 5-speed manual. Had it for drove it like 3 times, and then the clutch blew out of it, and I had to park it, and I was quite a bit younger. I didn't have the money and the time to fix it at the time, so I ended up selling it. But I bought it at such a good deal, I ended up selling it for double what I paid for it, even with a blown clutch, so that worked out all right. Okay, so last car, I got a premium. It's of the same series. It's this little Honda. So this one is the Skyline. Now, it says 64 Prince Skyline. I don't know the history of the Skylines. Is this old Skyline? Is that the same Skylines as the Godzillas and stuff like that these days? The R33s, R34s, that kind of stuff? Or was the Prince a whole different variety other than Nissan. I don't know that part, but I'll have to dig into that information a little bit at some point and try and figure it out. But for now, I saw it and it goes with this little collection, so I figured I'll pick it up and check it out because it looks kind of neat. I mean, it's that old body style there of, looks like the old Mercedes or something was all square like that. The old Volvos, old Datsuns, I think they were all quite similar in that body shape. This one's metal base, rubber tires, which is the other reason I wanted it. It's something I collect. So anyway, so that's gonna wrap up today's opening video and my little chat about the other project I'm gonna keep on building onto and growing that into something eventually. And like I said, it's gonna take a long time, but I'll update you every time I find something, and we'll just kind of grow into that. And eventually, when I get it much larger, we'll examine it closer and revisit it here and there periodically. But anyway, drop a comment if there's anything you like or want to chat about. And thanks to anyone who's subscribed so far. And I look forward to making more videos and working with everybody. And please subscribe, and we'll just continue to grow this channel and community. And you guys have a great day and happy hunting out there. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.